part 2, in which I describe to you the strange world that I live in this sort of like funny little hobbit world behind the stage, which is all dark and dingy and things like that, with like plastic capes and flamethrowers and I don't know, I've forgotten now. I don't like warming up, you know, in front of people, because you pull your face into all kinds of funny contortions and people think you're a mad person. So I tend to just, in between songs, nip backstage, sit there, and I've got a towel. I'm trying to get my breathing down, trying to get my heart rate down, and I'm trying to relax, and I'm trying to, well, just effectively relax the muscles of my throat. So they're not like, oh, and there's like, you know, instead. So I can feel the space at the back of my head, so I can hit the notes with more ease and more relaxed. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to calm down, you know, what's coming next? I'm waiting in my cold cell. Not, I'm waiting in my, no, I'm waiting in my cold cell. Yeah, that's, you need to be relaxed, because that's how, when you're relaxed is well, boom, that's when it's going to really kick in with that power. So that's what I'm doing. So then we go and we are into Hallowed. So Hallowed, the bars go up, and actually I've got a bit more time because Nico does wait until the bars are up there before he starts the song. All I do for Hallowed is whoosh the hair back a bit, roll up the sleeves, and I tuck the shirt in deliberately so it looks a bit more kind of 18th century, if you like. You are the prisoner in the, you know, in the tower, Frenchified type tower, I assume. Yeah, and then that's that one. That's just it. Obviously, the noose comes down as well. We've had a few noose malfunctions. Like it's on a solenoid, so right at the end of the show, you know, drops like that. Except some nights it didn't, only a couple of nights, you know. And one night I had to come out and just give it a good like, boom, like that. It came down and nearly knocked me senseless. It's a bloody heavy piece of rope, whack, ow. So you've got that happening for there at the end of that song. Then basically straight back down. Next one's really easy, on goes the leather jacket. And it's Number of the Beast. And that's very reminiscent of, obviously, what we were wearing when we originally did the Number of the Beast tour. We were all wearing leather jackets, so that's why I got the leather jacket. Then we just stay that way for Iron Maiden, come off, and then you're into the next change, which is Trooper jacket goes on. Make sure you have the right sword. One of them is bendy, one of them is not. If you hit Eddie with a bendy sword, it will bend in half and look shit. Fuck off! I'm being attacked by a fucking giant blob. The other one is the one for the Clansman, which is actually quite soft and bendy. So up we go, grab the sword. Gary gives me the trooper flag, passes it to me, warm, warm, warm. Leave the sword there, do the singy bit. Eddie comes on, drop that, pick up the sword, run round the side, jump down off the side, do the fight, come back round, run back up, blowing fairly hard, I have to say, at that point as I'm going up the steps. You know, I'm like trying to get the heart rate down. The flag of the country that we're in is already pre-positioned over the other side, and that's got the charge on the end of it. I have to arm that in order to shoot it. Eddie obviously has got his exploding thing where he gets shot. So we do that, trooper, go up there, last first, then I chuck this one flag off stage out the back, and one of our crew very kindly catches it for me. Then we're off comes the trooper jacket, and I get a few seconds while they start the Clansman. Clansman is just pick up the sword. The bendy sword. The blood-stained bendy sword. The claymore. And then Run to the Hills. I just untuck my shirt. I don't know why, but I do. It's like shirt hanging out my arse. There you go, for Run to the Hills. And then we get the TNT gag at the end, where I blow myself up. That all started by accident. So early on in one of the shows, Keith let off a pyro as I was standing over the top of it, and it made me jump. You know, I was like, whoa, like that. Anyway, it gave me I asked him afterwards, I went, Keith, about the pyro. He goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I said, no. Was it funny? And he said, well, no, seriously, was it funny? He said, come on, own up. He went, yeah, it was kind of funny. It did look funny. I went, right, good. Let's have a series of them, like Wile E. Coyote, blowing me up around the stage, and then we'll have a big Wile E. Coyote TNT plunge and we'll blow up the bloody stage at the end. And that's how it started, you know, from happy accidents that happen. So that's that one, and then we blow up the stage at the end, and then finally we're into Spitfire coming up, put on the RAF jacket, on goes the helmet, which again has changed in the last 15 shows, because when we did Sioux Falls, a really nice lady gave us all these like puffer jackets that she'd made herself, except me, I got a flying hat with a pair of like goggly shades. And this looks so cool. I went, you know what, I'll use that instead of the one I've been using. So that's the one I'm using now for the moment. So that was actually made by a fan. So I go out, not much more to say about that, because the Spitfire is the star of the show, not us, you know. And then that's it. And normally when we do like the Elvis out, I mean, I just have a t-shirt, pair of shoes and a pair of shorts, and I'm back here and all the stage clothes are off, and I walk off in shorts, trainers and a t-shirt with a towel around me, a bottle of warm water. That's it. Has it come to this? You know, and that's it. And that's that. That's it. That's the Legacy of the Beast tour through the vocalist's keyhole.